Today we are in Newcastle in England, and we're going to show you the 7 best things to do in this city.
Hey everyone, welcome to Newcastle, England. Nate, Katrina.
Hi.
Hey. If you're new here, you got to do these things once in a while. We live in Amsterdam, we're Americans living in Europe, traveling, trying to see all the countries. England, new country for the vlog.
Yes.
We're splitting the UK up, counting it as 4.
We just did our Scotland vlog, and now we are in England.
Newcastle might not be what you think of when you think of an English holiday. You might be thinking of London, Brighton, Manchester. I don't know, but we're in Newcastle.
And we're gonna show you 7 of what we think are the best things to do in this city.
Do you know what you should see when you go to a town or a city called Newcastle?
Probably the castle, right?
The Newcastle in Newcastle.
It's still not that new. It's like 900 years old. It was built in the late 1100s. It used to be a wooden castle, so it wasn't very sturdy. So Henry II said, "We will rebuild
Let me guess,
this."
it burnt down.
We're gonna find out if it burnt down or not. But this one is made of stone, and it's still standing today.
Let's go see the castle in Newcastle.
Let's do it.
We're in the Black Gate, which, as far as I can tell, is not black. Maybe it used to be black.
I don't know why that's the name, but
It's
this
the
is where
black.
they used to defend the castle. Apparently, the Black Gate is named after a man named Patrick Black.
That makes so much more sense.
I just learned that right here. Patrick Black was the royal tailor, so he was the one that made all the clothes and stuff for the royals back in the day, and they named that entrance after him. That was just a little museum in this Black Gate area. Now we're gonna go to the actual castle, so let's go.
We've been in a lot of castles on this vlog. We did a
Yes.
whole video where we went to 3 castles and slept in them all. This is a pretty small castle, all things considered. It's a wee castle. But I do like the top because it looks like very castle-y, with the lookout spots, whatever you call those.
There's 2 types of castles. There's this type with the places where you can shoot people out the top. Then there's the ones that have the pointy tops,
Spires.
in The Little Mermaid, just pointy roofs. That's what I think. That's castles type number 2.
This has He-Man vibes.
He-Man?
Castle Grayskull and He-Man. Welcome to Nate and Katrina Climb Tall Towers. We're there.
It says 99 steps to the top. That actually is not that many.
This is a great view.
Some might say the best in Newcastle.
They did say that. Do you want
Nice and windy.
Do you want to go join the cosplayers?
No, I appreciate what they're doing, but I'm gonna just observe.
Reenactors. So.
Yeah, I'm just gonna observe. Allegedly, the best view is actually up here. I didn't even see that there was an entrance down here.
So Newcastle's actual name is Newcastle upon Tyne, Tyne being the river that cuts right through here. Newcastle on this side, Gatehead on the other side.
Well, you can see all the bridges that are up here too. There's 7 different bridges.
Bridges might be a part of this video.
You might foreshadowing. This seems small when you look at it from outside, but there's so many different corridors that you can go through that it actually is bigger than what meets the eye from the outdoors. little detour, we stopped in Deep North Donut Shop to come get a couple donuts. We got a glazed donut. Nate went with the Homer donut. They're artisanal, they're a little fancy, and you know, we live in the Netherlands and we can't find good donuts, so here we are.
All right, just a simple Uber across town, to the center, and we're at the Hanok Museum, and there's some craziness going on here. So, the Hanok Museum.
Great North Museum.
It's free.
It is free.
Free. Gotta go. It's free.
Oh my goodness.
What on earth? I don't know what that thing is, but it's fun, and I'm here for it.
Again, it's Easter weekend, so I wonder if it has something to do with
Easter.
all of that stuff.
All of that stuff. All right, let's go see the museum.
Okay. Irish deer from the last ice age. Look at the antlers on that guy. Oh my god.
Is that what we saw outside?
I don't think so.
One of the main reasons we came to this museum is they have an actual fossil skeleton of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and that's just really cool. Yeah.
Oh, I love dinosaurs.
It's literally right there.
No, it's so cool.
I have some news for you, Katrina.
Okay.
Those are not real fossil bones.
Well,
It's cast, and the original specimen is a long ways away from here.
in America.
In Bozeman, Montana, at the Museum of the Rockies.
Well, maybe we'll get there one day to see the actual T-Rex, but this is still pretty cool.
It's still cool.
I actually thought that they were bigger.
T-Rexes?
Yeah.
They probably came in various sizes.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe this was a younger one.
Could be a young one.
Yeah. Yeah, because of Jurassic Park, I mean, the nostrils are like as big as your whole body.
That's a fiction movie.
Happened though. This museum actually belongs to Newcastle University, which is just right across the way from where we are inside here. It is natural history, geology, archaeology, world customs, and kind of everything in between. So it has a lot of stuff to explore in here. I don't know why I am so obsessed with all of the Egyptian stuff at museums, but this museum here has a huge floor filled with like remains of pharaohs and Egyptians that lived back in the day and mummies. And ever since I was like in elementary school, I just kind of was obsessed with it all. So we're gonna explore. Well, we tried, but we'll get there eventually.
All right, our next spot in Newcastle upon Tyne.
Central Arcade.
I don't see any pinball machines.
It's a different kind of arcade. It's just like they built it as a connection between the main street, Grey Street, and then Market and Granger Street, like a cut through. The original one was back in 1837 and it burned down, unfortunately. So this one that currently is here is from 1906.
Beautiful. I love all the Victorian style art that's all over the place in the walls and the ceiling.
Another fun fact is all the stores and shops that you see in here, you can't actually access from the arcade. You have to go back out to the street and go into the shops that way.
It's like a little peekaboo though. You walk through here and you can see what they got.
It's like a really just like nice tunnel, above ground tunnel. That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
All right, welcome to Granger Town.
This is kind of like the cultural hub of the city, if you will.
Yeah, Grey Street and Market Street here in Newcastle has been like the historical like shopping and business center of the city for decades and hundreds of years, a long time.
There's a lot happening here. It's definitely busy. Live music, people shopping, and this very large monument right behind me here.
That's like the monument to the tea guy, right? The tea guy, sorry.
Was? Yes, Earl Grey.
Charles Earl Grey.
And that is him up on the top of the monument way up there. And it's actually to commemorate when he was Prime Minister his cabinet abolished slavery during his time as prime minister.
Earl Grey did a lot of good things.
He did back in the early 1800s. So actually not that long ago. But I mean, that's a pretty big, statue-worthy accomplishment.
Don't come at me if he did a lot of bad things too. I don't know the history that well, I'm sorry. More than half the buildings in Granger Town are like historically listed.
It's gorgeous just to walk around.
Let's do that.
Okay. We just popped over into the Granger Market, and this has been around since 1835. There's restaurants in here, there's little shops that you can buy little knickknacks and things. And
you think that shirt's been here since 1835?
That's definitely like modern streetwear.
This weigh house here used to be how you paid for what you bought here, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, so you buy stuff and you weigh it and you got paid. Now, it's still there, but you just pay 50 cents and you can literally weigh yourself.
And they will confirm that it's accurate. I don't think I want to know that right now after a bunch of eating and drinking in the last couple of days in the UK.
Fair.
I'm good, but if you want to.
Nope, I'm all set.
Okay. But you can do it if you want to.
It is beyond lunchtime. Fried chicken, fries, hot sauce.
Trying to save up for the dinner that we're going to later. Stay tuned for that. So we don't want to eat too much. So, fried chicken and fries, why
not? Big ups to Fed's fried chicken.
Big ups?
Big ups. I gave big ups.
Is that an old term, or is that what the kids are saying now?
I don't know. I say it.
Oh, okay.
Big ups to Fed's. That was really good. That was a great lunch.
I don't normally care for chicken strips, and they were quite good.
Who doesn't like chicken strips?
They know how to do breading up in this part of the world. Like the fish and chips thing, anything breaded. Good. Oh, very good.
All right, so if there's anything I do know about Newcastle, they like to party in Newcastle. Did you see the hen do going up there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that happens. Well, we took the train in here from Edinburgh this morning, and it was at 10 a.m., and I'm pretty sure the group of guys that got on had been drinking since the night before.
Football hooligans, some might say.
They were having a good time.
We're continuing. We're continuing. So we're in our hotel room getting ready to go out to a dinner to show you one of the great things you need to do in Newcastle. And I'm looking out the window and I'm like, wow, this is a nice view. And I realized that's literally the castle I'm looking at. That's the castle of Newcastle that we went to earlier. Great view. Down the street below here, train tracks. Gotta love train tracks by your hotel room. Always the best. But no, it's fine. So we're getting ready to go to dinner. You doing all right there, Katrina?
Doing all right.
Did you take a little nap?
Not really. You woke me up.
I took a little nap. We're gonna rage tonight, right?
Yep, tonight.
I'm gonna rage tomorrow.
Raging.
We're out. It's Saturday night. Man, the outfits, it's cold. It is
cold, yeah.
40 something degrees out here, and these girls are in these tiny little outfits just hanging all out. It's getting a little sloppy, and it's 7 p.m. Newcastle.
I remember being in my 20s and going out.
Did you look like that?
I mean, I probably wore questionable stuff because it's warm in the clubs. No, I didn't. But you know what? More power to him.
More power to him, but
I
it
hope
is.
Have a great night.
Boy, midnight's going to be interesting. One thing that I think a lot of Americans probably don't know this, Indian food is a major deal in England.
That's one of the biggest things that you have to do here, which is what we are going to do now, is go try some tasty Indian food.
The national dish of England is actually chicken tikka masala. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It is true.
But I know that some of the best Indian food I've ever had has been in England.
Well, here we are, and let's go do it. You should try some Indian food when you're in Newcastle, or really anywhere in the UK.
We're going to a place called My Deli. Sounds legit.
It was way too loud in there to try and like discuss dinner, but dinner was very tasty.
It's definitely more of like a modern Indian food restaurant, like kind of street food.
It was like modern street food, interesting plates, some flavors I'd never had before. That chili chicken dish, man.
Really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
I think it was good to kind of not go to a traditional Indian restaurant that like we normally go to.
Something new.
Yeah, it was a nice spot.
We got one more thing tonight. This trip continues into tomorrow, by the way.
But we haven't gotten to all 7 things yet, so
You know.
We don't know each other? That's gonna be a good one.
We need to get out of here.
And
It's happening here at the wee hours of 8 p.m. in Newcastle.
the sun is still up, you guys.
Yeah,
Down.
that was a whole scene.
Easter weekend, let's drink.
Newcastle upon Tyne, the Tyne is the river. The river has bridges to go between the two sides. Bridges are something you should check out, right?
Yes, and there's 7 different bridges along the Tyne here, and we are on the high level bridge. And this is the bridge that there's a railroad on top of.
Oh yeah,
us.
we saw a train go above it.
The train goes. This is the one we can see from our hotel room.
Down along the river, there's an area called the Quayside, which is, I believe I'm saying that right. There's restaurants and night events, nightclubs. Like people go out at night after dark.
I guess. Yeah, here they do, Nate. We saw them getting ready.
Oh my gosh, they're getting hype. We're not getting hype. In fact, we're winding down, but we have more to do tomorrow for this video. So in just moments, we might be down on that bridge over there.
That one over there?
We should be on that bridge.
Okay, let's go to that one.
Whoa,
Wow.
the sun's out.
Kind of.
Where'd your beanie go?
It fell in the river.
All right, obviously it's the next day. We're on the Millennium Gateshead Bridge.
Gateshead Millennium Bridge.
Gateshead Millennium Bridge, that's what I said. This is quite the unique bridge because it like rotates.
It's one of the only bridges of its kind, and it rotates to a 40-degree angle, like up, to let passing
So like
boats
this
and
platform
ships.
we're on.
Yeah, it goes like this. It's almost like the strings are like pulling it back a little bit, and then boats and ships and whatever can pass, and then it comes back down.
Can you be on it when that happens?
Don't think so. No, there's warnings and stuff that tell you not to be walking during that time, but it was built in 2001 as part of a pedestrian and a bicycle bridge. So this is like dual use, but no cars.
It bounces. When people are running by, the whole thing literally bounces.
Yeah, it's a little unnerving, but it feels pretty secure.
I think we'll be all right. You can see the bridge we were on last night down there.
Way down there.
And there's a few other bridges also. There's the swing bridge, which actually is low to the water and it swings open so ships can pass on the side.
Yeah.
And then there's the Tyne Bridge, which was mostly closed to pedestrians this morning.
It is, yeah, they're doing construction on it, but it's the one that inspired the Sydney Harbor Bridge. And it looks very similar, just a much smaller version.
The arch down there. That's cool. Bridges.
There's 7 bridges along the Tyne here, and I can only count 6, so we need to find that 7th bridge somewhere. It's probably where like the tide curves or something, and we can't see it. But I think it's cool how if you come on this bridge, you can like see the other 5 back there because they're all at like different levels. Some are lower to the water, some are higher, and some in between. It's kind of cool.
We're gonna exit this bridge and walk down the Quayside, and I think there's a market. This whole area is really neat. So if you're in Newcastle,
I just want every dog to let me pet it because they speak English here. I have to talk to the dogs in the Netherlands in Dutch, which I'm not very good at.
Good time at the market?
I did, yeah. This market has a lot of like unique things that you don't see. I feel like sometimes you go to these Sunday markets and it's all the same stuff that you see at like, you know, wherever you are traveling. But this one actually has some really cool things like a gypsy, like a real Welsh gypsy. It looked a little sketch in the trailer, so we skipped that part, but it's here if you want to come check it out.
And lots of dogs.
Lots of dogs. got one of the beers with the little castle on it.
Yes, you can.
We are here for our Sunday roast. It came out very quickly. We both went with a trio of meats: chicken, pork, and beef. It smells fantastic, looks fantastic, and I can't wait. Happy Easter, by the way. It's Easter. The perfect end to a Sunday roast is, of course, sticky toffee pudding.
Have you ever had sticky toffee pudding?
I feel like I must have at some point, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
We're about to.
But either way, this is what I wanted. I just wanted toffee sauce with ice cream. And we got that. And I mean, if that's not the perfect end to a Sunday roast, then I don't know what is. Cake, toffee sauce, ice cream.
Like it?
That's the best thing I've had this entire trip. My entire life, actually.
So you've never had this before?
I don't think so. I would remember this. I mean, it's just like a caramel. I mean, that's kind of what toffee is, but like the caramel sauce is excessive and I love it. That little bit of cold ice cream on the pudding. And there's some nuts in there, I think, like maybe chopped up really fine. I kind of wish I would have gotten my own.
What a Sunday roast on Easter here in Newcastle.
It's very nice. We got the 3 meats.
Trio of meats.
And it was
It's chicken, pork, and beef.
very filling,
Mashed potatoes, roasted vegetables, Yorkshire pudding.
which I'm going to admit that until a couple years ago, I thought that it was like a pudding, like a gooey pudding.
The word pudding in the UK means different
Correct.
things.
It does.
Because we also finished our meal with a sticky toffee pudding,
That I called a cake.
which is called a cake.
Because it looks like a cake.
But
Just saying, those are 2 very different puddings too. One looks like a popover pudding and one is like a cake pudding.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
So a Sunday roast, very traditional here in the UK. You can get it in most pubs, restaurants, and on Easter it was great. You should come to Newcastle and you should get a Sunday roast. I had a really nice time. I hope you did.
Yeah, and those are kind of like, I think our top 7 with a couple bonus things thrown in there, things to do in Newcastle.
That's us in Newcastle. We got to get back to Amsterdam.
We do, but how are we going to do that?
Stay tuned.
Come back next week.